No, it's going, I can hear it. Is that in my head?
Weird.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I don't see you.
That's better. You see me yet?
There we go.
There we go. Weird.
Got 16 people
Wow.
already.
Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you. Hello. So I am Rebecca Dragonheart, psychic medium. I've been doing my work since 1993, and here on my live you can ask a question and I will answer for you. I do ask that you don't spam me, so ask your question, give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask again, but please don't spam me, okay guys? And if you have an obscure username, just put your initials or your name in with your question so that we can answer you. You guys can start now.
All right. Our first
Hello.
question is from Miriam and says, "Hey, lovely, I've always wanted to ask you a question. Will I get married, please, to my boyfriend?"
Yeah, I didn't get any reservations there, honey, so no resistance. Yay, yes. It does feel like it's still a little bit away, so just have patience, okay? All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question is from Gigi, who asks, "Will I get the job on ship that I applied for today?"
So it does feel like there is going to be an offer, but it feels like it's not going to be what you actually went for. So I'm not sure what they mean by that, but maybe it will be something else that they offer you. Okay?
All right. Just the best 086 asks, "Can I ask a question? Will I have a baby soon, boy or girl?"
Yeah, I'm hearing it's going to be next year that you actually do have, and I do hear a little boy.
All right.
All right.
Our next question is from Ryan, who asks, "Will I get the good news I want?"
I heard yes. So, yep, make sure you keep me posted. I know you're not telling me what the good news is, but yeah.
All right. One second here. All right. Ariella asks, "Does B know that I'm pregnant?"
I heard no, so not yet. So I guess you better share that news. Thanks for the gift, honey.
All right. Wow, we jumped up really fast. If you
Yeah,
wanna
okay,
show
sure.
everything.
Welcome, everybody. So I am Rebecca Dragonheart, psychic medium. I've been doing my work since 1993. You can book private sessions with me if you do want to do so. It's done through my website and only through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. Actually, I guess it's also through my link tree here on TikTok as well, but it is still through my website. I do also have members live that I do at the end of the month. And so if you don't get your answers here on this live today, you can join the members live and you're guaranteed to get an answer on the members live. That's done over Zoom, so it is a face-to-face. If you're somebody who doesn't want to put their face on the camera, that's okay. You can leave your camera off and then just ask your question just through sound. And the members lives are capped, so that's how I can guarantee everybody who joins the members live gets their questions answered, okay? You can also find me on YouTube and Instagram, and I am publishing my first children's book, and I am looking for support. I'm trying to hit 2,000 sales for my pre-sales, so if you guys are interested in doing so, it's called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, and it is exactly what it sounds like. It's the soul's journey before it comes here and coming into incarnation and what that looks like from a psychic's point of view. All right?
All right. Our next question is from our top gifter at the moment, who just sent us that lovely heart.
Thank you so much, honey.
Their name is Royal, who asks, "Will things pick up?" Thank you.
Yeah, so it looks like by September for you, honey, okay? So you're moving in. It feels like there's a lot of resistance in what's been going on, but you're shedding that energy. So it looks like by September, things are really going to start improving for you. And I'm seeing this incline. So that always shows me that things are really getting better. By the end of this year, the hardships that you've been experiencing feel like they're gone. Okay? Aw, thank you so much, you guys. All right?
All right.
That was cute.
Our next question is from Amelia, who says, "Hey Rebecca, I'm Amelia. Should I pursue forensic science?"
Oh, definitely. It will keep you very interested. I know some of it is a little bit displeasing, but you will enjoy it. That's what I'm hearing. So absolutely. Oh, that's a new one. That was fun. Thank you so much for the gifts, guys. All right.
All right, this next question comes from our top third gifter, Ashley, who asks, "Will my husband Zach come home to our family in the next 2 weeks?"
Yes. Yeah. And it looks like whatever the delay or whatever was keeping him away is out of the way now. So So definitely keep me posted on that, okay? All right?
All right. This person says, Kayla here, will I get pregnant soon? Gender?
So I'm hearing for you, Kayla, it's not going to happen until a little bit later this year, and I do hear that you're going to have a little girl, okay? But it's later, so you'll be having your baby next year, okay? Thank you so much, guys. All right?
All right. Krista asks, will I find a job soon?
So I'm hearing 3 months for you, honey. So the job that you're going to be in alignment with isn't ready until then, okay? So just be patient.
All right.
Thank you so much for the gifts, you guys.
Our next question is from our new number one gifter, Courtney, who asks, will I get pregnant soon?
Yes, within 6 months I'm hearing for you, okay, Courtney? So just be ready. Get your body ready is what I'm hearing. So really get, what I'm being told is like clean your system out. So flush your system out, meaning, you know, fluids, healthy things, that kind of stuff, okay? And you're going to be ready, so that'll be good. Those were really, really pretty gifts. I like the little thing there. All right.
All right. Kendra asks, will I have my own home soon?
I hear not until 2023 for you, okay, honey? So soon-ish. It's just that everything kind of has to be set up properly. I would start the process now. It feels like there's going to be some surprises there for you, so you're going to need to do something to kind of either bump up your income or something there, okay? But I do hear it's going to be for next year for you, okay?
All right. Our next question is from M. Larson26, who asks, do I have any messages from Debbie and Grandma?
So I don't get your grandma as much. Now, it feels like she used to come a lot, but she only comes in once in a while now because you don't need her as much. Debbie's energy, I feel, is with you a lot, okay, honey? And I feel like very close to you. So it's like constantly standing on the right side of you. So you may get goosebumps on the right side of you, or, you know, you'll feel like almost like spider webs is the best way to describe what it feels like when spirit touches us, or you'll just get kind of a chill on this side of you. She sits with you a lot as well. So I see her sitting beside you, and there's a specific song she says is for you that she plays or gets to play for you to let you know that she's there, okay, honey? So I want you to really pay attention to that because she's really active in your space, and it's a lot of love, a lot of caring, a lot of concern for you, okay? So there's like this, I'm here and I'm not going anywhere until I know that you're going to be okay, is the energy that she gives off to me, okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Our next question is from Teresa, who asks, why was Adam brought into my life to only then leave?
To open you up in a different way. So it shows me like your heart opening up in a different way, your heart chakra you're being much more receptive, okay? And don't let this experience close that back up again, because you have a tendency of shutting down when things like this happen, and you have never been this open before. So it is to teach you that even though this person didn't stay, you need to be open-hearted, honey. This is a next step for you. So I want you to really practice keeping that open heart, and you're going to attract more people into your life, not just romantically, but friends as well, and people who are going to feel like family. So keep that heart chakra open, work on that, and just know that it was to help basically like wake you up, like open you up in a bigger way, okay? I know it's tough, but it is unfortunately the way that it's meant to be for you.
All right. This person says, my fave from Jessie. Will I start getting more clientele with real estate and make more money?
I'm hearing that it is going to happen, but it feels a little bit later in the year for you, okay, honey? So just be patient. Don't give up. Don't walk away from it. I know that it can be tempting to take a different job and go down a different career, but I'm hearing that it will pick up for you, okay? Oh, that's cute. All right.
All right. One moment.
I know it really moves fast when there's lots on.
All right, here we go. Our next question is from Mel, who asks, when will things get better for me and my kids this year?
So I'm seeing for you, it's around August. Okay, so the summertime, it feels like there's some support that you didn't have before. So it looks like there's an influx of support, but it's not just physical support, it's emotional, it's also financial support. So I'm seeing a shift there starting in August. Okay, honey? Just be open and receptive and allow it to come in. Don't be so, what I'm being told with you is you are so self-reliant that you sometimes don't allow, thank you so much, guys, you sometimes don't allow help. And so be more open and receptive to help, honey. Okay?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question is from Melissa, who asks, is my old dog Brutus alive? Is he with me if not?
I don't get the sense that Brutus is around still, honey. Sorry to say. But I do get the sense that definitely is around you. And I can hear, the feet, the clicking around you. And I can sometimes even feel a little bit of a pressure on your leg. So it's like I'm touching you to let you know I'm around, okay? So I want you to just pay attention to that, okay?
All right.
Yes.
Our next question is from Katie, who asks, wondering when I will get pregnant and the gender of the baby. Anything from my guides on this?
I'm hearing you are getting pregnant next year, honey. It feels like it's in the beginning part of next year, okay? Right now is not the right timing. If you got pregnant now for the alignment of the birth, it's not the right timing for the child that's supposed to be coming to you, okay? So it's going to be early next year, so in the spring of next year. And I get the sense that you're going to have a little boy. All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, we jumped up very fast.
Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. We did.
Yeah. If you just want to go over a couple things.
Sure, yeah. So don't spam, okay, guys, because on my lives, they're very, very busy. So just ask your question. Give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, feel free to ask again, but please just ask it once. Also, if you have an obscure username, please just put your initials or your name in with your question, okay? If you do want to book a private session with me, you can do so through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com, or through my link tree here on my TikTok, okay?
All right. Our next question here is from Sangeeta, and they ask, when am I going to find the right partner? Feels like I keep getting inconsistent people.
So it looks like you've been working on clearing out old patterns, okay? I'm hearing September for you is when you're going to attract the right person. The vibrational match, you have to go through kind of this like clearing out the wrong people first so that you know within yourself what it is you're wanting and needing, okay? And I hear that that's happening in September for you, honey. So it's pretty soon.
All right. Miranda asks, did my mom have anything to say to me before she passed? Sandra.
That's what I thought you said. Yeah. So what I'm hearing from your mom is it's like she keeps showing me it's like she couldn't talk or she couldn't say anything to you for whatever reason. There was like communication was not there. I'm getting from her at this moment in time, I'm really full of love. Thank you for support. Thank you for the help, even though it maybe was not necessarily what you wanted to be doing or how you wanted to be doing things is what I'm getting from her. And a lot of love around you from her, okay? It's almost like I feel like I have to even the score in a good way. So I need to balance things is the energy she's giving me. It's about balance. So she's really trying to help you out, honey. So I would talk to her about helping you in the areas of your life that you're having difficulties, and she will give you that assistance if you need it, okay? And if you're willing to ask.
All right.
All right.
Martita asks, who are my guides or is anyone around me? Any messages?
So you have actually a guardian angel. So I'm seeing an actual angel, and then you have two guides. So you have a male and a female, and then you actually have an angel with you. I mean, there are some people who believe that we all have angels with us, but they don't always come through like this. So this is one that's with you, keeps you safe. What I'm hearing is keeps you safe from car accidents, keeps you safe from any kind of like physical harm, and is always done that since you were little, okay? So not everybody has that kind of angel. That's the sense that I'm getting for you. And then the female is, she feels very musical. So she's a younger lady, curly blonde hair, really long, almost looks like Greek hair, you know, like the ringlet kind of thing. And she just sings a lot. So there's a lot of music with her. And then the male one is very linear thinking and feels like they're from like the 1900s. So they're dressed very well dressed, but posh in the way that they are. So you can usually tell from your own personality or things that you're interested in, how those fit into your life. I really feel like you need to start leaning more into that musical stuff and that the muse of your life, okay? It's really important.
All right. Our next question is from Alexis, who asks, what month will I receive my first positive pregnancy test? Sorry about that.
That's okay. I'm hearing 4 months for you, honey, okay? So just be patient. It is going to happen, and there is an energy around you that's waiting to come in. So don't worry, it's going to happen.
All right. Melissa asks, I don't feel my family around me. Are they here?
So they come in and out, and I'm going to say this. They kind of take turns is what it feels like, but you do have a lot of spirit around you, honey, okay? And a part of you, it feels like you're more receptive when you're sleeping, so you're more receptive to dreaming with them than you are having them in your space, because it freaks you out a little bit. If they were to like move something or turn the light on or off or knock or whatever, it feels like it would freak you out. And so they come in more in your dream time. So thank you so much for that, you guys. So really focus on what are you dreaming about when you're dreaming with them. Keep a record. I always say write it down. And if you have a difficult time remembering your dreams, try to not go to bed exhausted, because when you're exhausted, you don't remember as much. Okay, so try to go to bed when you're less tired. I know it sounds kind of funny, but less tired will help you have that communication. But I hear that they do communicate with you through your dream time, because you're just kind of a little nervous about them being too physical for you. All right.
All right. Cece asks, is Ismail interested in me? Please, I'm a bit confused.
So it feels like there is an interest, there is attraction, but it feels almost like I'm being very cautious. And I think in this sense, it feels like it's going to take too long to get to where you want it to be or where you need it to be in the time that you need it to. So it feels like somebody else is actually coming in within the next 4 months, honey, that's going to take that energy and fill that space. So this individual isn't going to be a part of that experience, I think, in the future for you, okay?
All right. Natasha asks, is my dad's spirit at rest? Is there anything he would want me to know?
Oh, absolutely at peace, honey. You don't have to worry about that. I get that right away. And, more than anything, very proud of you. What he tells me right away is you're proud of who you are, okay? There's a lot of love and a lot of support. He's very protective of you. And so he doesn't let certain people in your space too often. So if you've noticed since his crossing, there's been less interaction with certain individuals. He's claiming that that's from him, okay? So it's like his way of keeping that boundary for you. A lot of love and protection around you, honey, from him. So he is so proud of you. Really what he's most proud of is the person you've become. You're so strong and independent and just, in your own right, very powerful as a female, right?
All right. Our next question is from Anita, who asks, we have been trying for a while. I've lost 2 pregnancies. Did I get pregnant this month?
I am hearing not yet, but it is coming, okay? So it's not very far away. It feels right around the corner, honey, so don't get upset when it comes back as you're not yet, because I do see it happening. It's just timing again for you, okay? The pregnancies that you lost, honey, I feel like that the last energy is still with you, and I feel like that is the child that's coming into your life, okay?
Could you remind people not to spam?
Yeah, so if you guys can just ask your question, give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, then ask again. But if you spam, and then we just have a really difficult time getting through all the questions, okay?
All right. Our next question is from Winter, who sent us a few gifts to the live.
Thank you, Winter.
And they ask, I used to have an imaginary friend named Patty. Is she a guide of mine?
So it feels like Patty was actually a spirit that had crossed over, and it feels like it was connected to a building or a home that you were in. Okay. And part of the reason why they're not around anymore is that you aren't in that space anymore. Okay. You have the ability, if you wanted to really open up to spirit, you just have to let yourself do it, basically. But I do feel like it was a spirit that had crossed over, that was just in the space that you were living in, and you were young enough that you could see. All right.
All right.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Ashley asks, who are my guides, please? Are my granddad Norman and my grandma Dee present?
So I do feel that you have family with you. It feels like you have 5 family members with you. When it comes to your spirit guides, honey, I feel 3 energies, 2 female and a male. The female energies are very... So one is showing me writing. So she's very likes to write, very creative that way, where you get that creativity. The other one is a little bit older. She feels almost like grandmotherly. So it's like very loving and protective of you, and that family focused energy. So that's where you get that desire for family. And then the masculine energy that I'm feeling is kind of this like younger. It's kind of weird because he feels very almost like a partier, and just that's where you get your sass and that kind of thing. So, you know, be open and receptive. I do feel though that there are family members that visit you quite often. So you have 5 around you that come in and out. Okay, so you may want to pay attention to that. And when you're feeling something, always stop and ask, who is this and what message do they have for me? Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks for those gifts. Those were fun.
One moment here.
Did you lose your question?
Yes, I did. All right. Tori asks, is my son with my gramps and around me?
Yeah, I do get the sense that your son comes around often, honey. Okay, so what you want to pay attention to is there's a lot of noise, but also like I'm seeing electronics kind of going goofy. Okay, so it's like the TV doing strange things, your phone doing strange things, the lights flickering and that kind of thing. It's like, I'm here, I'm still around you, I'm still a part of your experience, even though I'm not physically there with you. Okay, so I need you to just pay attention to that. I also do get the sense that you are getting a lot of messages from spirit through numbers as well. So start writing those numbers down and thinking, what was I just thinking, feeling, or saying in that moment when I saw those numbers, because those are your validations as well. Okay, honey? And you're never alone is what I'm hearing. So there's always a lot of activity around you.
All right. Our next question is from Brian, who asks, when will things get better for me financially and in love?
So for you in love, I'm hearing October is when you're going to meet your perfect partner. So this is the vibrational match that you're looking for. I do feel like your financial stability and that abundance that you're looking for isn't going to start until about next year for you, okay, about mid next year. So just be patient with it and just keep doing what you're doing, honey, because you are moving in the right direction. It's just that you have some leftover stuff that we're clearing out and around finances and energy around that. So it's going to get better by next year for you, okay? Thank you so much, hon. Okay?
All right. One moment. There are a few people asking how to get readings.
Yeah, absolutely. You can book a reading through my website at www.rebeccadragonheart.com, or you can go right into my link tree in my bio here on my TikTok and book from there as well. I'm also selling pre-selling my first children's book called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey, and it is exactly what it sounds like. So if you're interested in supporting me there, you can find that on my website as well under The Little Light, and there are some videos that I have up on YouTube and pinned on my TikTok if you want to just learn a little bit more about it. Okay? All right.
All right. Our next question is from Crystal Mac 398, who asks, does my dad have a message for me, and is he around me?
So he's really focused on helping you with your stability, honey. So it's about getting your finances and getting your future secure. So he's helped a lot in that, and he shows me opening a lot of doors, and really kind of what he does is he kind of encourages you through thought, and then you do you walk and bump into the right kind of people. So it's almost like the synchronicity that he's a big part of, okay? He really wants to see you stable, and he wants to see you secure in your future, and that's really where his focus is. And I'm not sure if he was like that in life, but that's definitely his focus now, okay? So he wants to see you succeed. And I mean, it's so great to have people on the other side that want to see that for us. So give him permission to help you. The more permission you give him, the easier it is for them to help us. Otherwise, they just kind of have to do it in the background, you know. He's definitely going to stick around to help you with making sure that your life is really good, honey. And you know, it's almost like having this luck, extra luck for yourself. All right. Yeah.
Our next question is from Mary, who asks, will I ever have a career in art, opening an art gallery or selling my own paintings?
So I do see you doing some online sales first, okay? So start there. Okay, do YouTube videos to show your process. So painting something and filming it and then speeding it up. You know, you don't want to make people sit there for the whole entire process, but if you speed it up, people really enjoy that and they get to see the process and they get a little bit more engaged is what I'm hearing. And then I see you doing it online at first. I do see you being in some kind of an art exhibit. It may not be your own gallery, but it does feel like you are going to have pieces up in a gallery. Okay, honey? So just be patient. It takes time to get there. It is definitely going to happen. All right?
All right.
All right.
Melinda asks, why do I keep having dreams of people who have passed away?
So anytime that we dream about our loved ones or people who have crossed over, especially if you know that they are no longer around and you know in the dream that they're on the other side, that is a visitation, okay? So it's super important to keep a record of what it is they're telling you in those visitations, because most of the time it's not just a little trivial thing. It's a very important visit, okay? So I usually keep a journal beside me if I have a lot of activity like that, so that I can keep track of what has been said to me. That's the most important. Honey, you're also a medium, so you could communicate with them during the day if you were open and receptive enough to doing so. You've always been sensitive to spirit since you were very little. So I would practice and try. All right.
All right. Mm-hmm. Our next question is from Karina, who asks, will I get the new job I interviewed for?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I definitely feel that. So yay. Make sure you keep me posted on that.
All right.
All right.
Leanda asks, anything for my dad, please?
Mm-hmm. So with your dad, he comes in kind of this gruff kind of, and I don't know how else to describe it, but like, you know, this burly kind of a guy, and definitely no getting anything past him, basically, is the energy that he gives me. It's like, I'm not going to let anybody into this space that doesn't serve my child. That's the energy that he comes through with. So he's very burly and very pushy, energetically speaking. And now that's a good thing, because it's just keeping your space clear of any nonsense that you don't need. Okay. So very protective of you that way. You're not going to, if you meet anybody who doesn't serve you, that person's not sticking around. I'm just going to say that, because that's the energy that he gives off. Is like, I'm not going to let any of this nonsense be around. He's very focused on that. So making sure that the people in your life are quality and good for you. That's his mission. Okay? All right.
All right. Could you remind people not to spam again? Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Okay, guys, if you can just ask your question, give me a few minutes. If I haven't responded, then you can ask again. But if you spam, we're just going to bypass your question altogether, okay? Because there's just too many people on my lives. Thank you.
All right. Our next question is from Haley, who asks, will I become financially stable and find the job I love doing soon?
So I'm hearing that your stability that you're looking for, like what you have in your mind, that's not going to be until about 2024, but I do see stability coming sooner than that, okay? So it's not going to be like it is right now, where it's, you know, this up and down journey financially, which is what I'm seeing for you. It's like they just show me this roller coaster, which means like you have abundance and then, you know, you're paycheck to paycheck, and then you have a little extra, and then paycheck to paycheck. So that's going to end soon enough, but I see your stability later, okay? So just be ready for it. And the job that you're looking for, it feels like you're going to get in about 8 months. All right.
All right. Our next question is from Alana, who asks, will I find a job as a dialysis technician before the ending of June and be successful?
Mm-hmm. So I hear that it is going to be July. It's not going to be June. So for whatever reason, that's where your alignment lies, and definitely is going to be successful, honey. Okay. So don't worry about that. And yeah, I'm getting the validation. My ears started ringing. So yeah, definitely in July. All right.
Mm-hmm. Our next question is from Olivia, who says, you said you saw me reaching my athletic goals this week. Do you still see that?
Yes, definitely, honey. I do, because you've been pretty diligent. You've been working hard at it. So yes, absolutely.
All right. Mm-hmm. Becca asks, does my gram have any messages for me?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Sweet energy, honey. She comes through as just this lovely, soft, you know, not intrusive energy, definitely focused on family. So, you know, you're not the only one that I see her with. So it does look like she visits everybody, but she's very family focused, okay? And for her, it's like, I don't know, she's really urging family with you. So I don't know if you have already started, but that's, you know, a big thing that she's sticking around for is the energy that she's giving me. Very soft, loving, caring energy. So she's all about this support around family for you. Okay, honey?
All right. Our next question is from Catherine, who asks, Nurse, is it really my true calling? Spirit guides too. Message?
So you're definitely a healer, honey, and you could go into any kind of healing modality. But if you go into nursing, I think for you, what's going to be the challenge is that you are really open. And so you're going to have to work on clearing out energy afterwards. You're very empathic, which means that you can feel other people's pain, right? And so if you go into nursing, what's going to end up happening is you'll be able to feel what people are going through. So you got to learn how to navigate that. Now, there are things you can do to help you with that. So it's not like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go through that. There's meditations and clearing and all of that kind of stuff that you can do to help you with that process. You definitely are a healer, honey, and that's where you're going to find your joy, no matter what kind of healing modality you go into, okay? But be very cautious with the getting too attached in the energy. All right?
All right.
All right.
Sorry, it was very fast.
That's all right.
Do
you mind just putting
Yeah,
that?
for sure.
Sorry, I know you're looking at the question.
All right. This next question is from our top third gifter, Kelly, who asks, and she just sent that panda.
Oh, thank you, Kelly.
Who asks, I'm having financial difficulties. Will this change, and are my guides helping?
Yeah, so you have, definitely you are on the right path, okay? You have a lot of change coming this year and next year for you. I'm seeing your stability. It feels like it's about 2 years down the road where you're trying to get. But that being said, you have assistance heading in that way, okay? So just be patient and work on your money mindset. So go on YouTube and listen to like money, what do they call them? Like podcasts and things like that. Whatever you can to fill your brain with like a positive mindset around money, it's going to really help assist and shift you in the right direction, okay? You've been doing the right things, so just know that. Okay?
All right.
I can take a sip.
All right. This next question is from Rachel, who asks, please, would really appreciate some guidance from my spirit guides. Thank you.
So Rachel, you are very sensitive, energetically speaking, and this year is about you stepping into your understanding of your spiritual self. So it's super important that you start learning more about your abilities. Psychically speaking, we're all a little bit psychic, but you're very sensitive. And so, I'm seeing you having it's like anxiety and things like that, but it's all coming from outside forces, okay? So it's like you being this sensitive individual. Learn about what it means to be an empath, but you're more than just an empath. So you're like even just walking into a space and touching something that somebody's, been in crisis will affect you. So I would really suggest you learn about how to be less sensitive. If you can, take some courses in it. Reiki would be a good one because you can learn about, that's cool. You can learn about energy that way. And so that will help you a lot. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much for the fireworks. That was fun.
Our next question is from one of our top gifters, Shima, who asks, anything for my relationship with Nick, please, and anything for my dad, please.
So it looks like for you, honey, there's a lot of, how do I put this? So you're doing this a lot in the relationship. It's like sometimes you guys are on the same page and then sometimes you're on different pages. You're doing a lot of work on yourself, and so that can change your energy, and that's what I'm seeing is happening here. And so it's like you get to a certain vibration and then you have to bring yourself back down, and then back up, and then back down, and then back up, and then back down. So what I see happening with the relationship is it's really got to be you being good within yourself and not depending on the relationship as your identity. Okay, that's the most important thing. When it comes to your dad, it feels like this energy comes in and out, and so it's like just checking in on you. I'm not always there, but I do check in on you, and you aren't in dire need of him, is what I hear. So it's like just checking in and making sure you're doing okay, and you're really stepping into your power this year, honey. So you gotta work on that. Really focus your intention there. Okay. Thank you so much for all those fun gifts.
Yeah, that's fun one is from this next question.
Oh, good. Thank you.
All right. So from Andrea, who asks, will I get another foster daughter? When and how old?
So I'm hearing, 10, I think, is the age. And I'm hearing it's going to be, it's not this year. It feels like it's the beginning of next year for you. Okay. So it's not happening yet. Okay. But it's coming next year. So it's like pretty quick. All right.
All right.
Oh, thank you so much, you guys.
Our next question here is from Ashley, who asks, will IVF work for us?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's going to work really well. There's going to be more than one. Be ready.
All right. Sorry,
that's okay.
moment.
I'll let people know. If you do want to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. Also, I am pre-selling my first children's book, which is a book for parents and children to help understand about the soul. And so if you have psychic kids, it's a great book to help them identify with themselves there. So it's called The Little Light, A Soul's Journey. So it's exactly what it sounds like. It's the journey of the soul before it comes into incarnation, and then what it feels like when we get here. So it's a pretty amazing book. I actually wrote it 20 years ago, but I didn't release it until now. Also, you can find me on YouTube, and there are some videos on there. I did do an interview. So if you go to the community section, you can actually see some interviews about what the book is all about and a little bit more about the book as well.
All right. Mm-hmm. Our next question here is from Debbie, who has sent us lots of gifts generously.
Thank you, Debbie.
And she asks, I would love a message from my dad.
So your dad is so proud of you. That's the first thing I hear. And wow, very present. So he spends a lot of time in your space, honey. He's with you a lot. There are other people that he does visit sometimes, but he's with you predominantly most of the time. Okay. I get the sense that at night he just kind of sits with you in this space. He's not like right beside you, but I feel him sitting with you in your space. And the main message I get from him, honey, is just this like adoring, loving energy. Like he's just so about giving you support and love and adoration. Like he absolutely adores you, honey. So I think it's just such a beautiful relationship, and I feel like he's around because you really do need him a lot right now. And you know, I get from him, like, I'm gonna be there for anything you need me for. So talk to him. I mean, you do talk to him. He says he hears you all the time, so he's heard you. But talk to him and really just open up to him, because he will definitely be a big part of your experience. He does use numbers to communicate with you, okay? So he does do that, and I do see electronics. So I see the lights flickering, the room changes. There's like a change in the texture of the air. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's almost like you'll feel the air feels different. So that's when when you know he's there. All right.
All right. Our next question is from Brittany, who asks, what ways do my spirit guides communicate with me?
So with you, honey, so they're showing me that you're clairaudient, which means you hear things. Okay. So what it feels like when they're mainly communicating is you'll feel like a pressure on you. It's on the right side. So you'll feel a pressure come in, and then you'll get like a thought, or you'll hear a ringing or a buzzing in your ear. Okay. And that's their way of just like validating things. So when you get that pressure and you get the buzzing and the ringing, pay attention to what were you just thinking or talking about or feeling in that moment, because that's their way of validating for you. They always use numbers with you as well. So you want to start paying attention to that as well. Again, tracing back what were you just thinking, feeling, or saying when you see the numbers. And they send people to you. So you'll have a conversation with somebody, and then you'll see somebody will walk past you and you'll hear the answer. Is the best way to describe it. So they use your environment quite frequently to communicate with you. Okay, learn about what it means to be clairaudient, because that's a really powerful gift. Okay.
All right. Our next question is from Dova, who asks, I've been super lost. Guidance, what's going on with Aaron? What do I do next?
So you've got to give space and patience is what I'm hearing for you. Okay, honey. Focus on yourself right now. They're showing me you pulling your energy in. It's really important that you kind of go into this hermit stage. So when I see that, that means I've got to focus on me and stop worrying about all of this stuff that's happening around you right now. It feels like there's a lot of external stuff that's going on that you have no control over, and you are an overthinker, so you want to try to fix everything, all of it, but it's not something that you can fix. Okay, so you have to let that stuff happen. Really focus just on you right now. Okay, and be there when they're ready. That's the best message that I can give you, is like, be there for them when they're ready. Right now you need to give space. That's super important right now, and work on you and just focus on you right now. Okay.
All right. 1 second here. All right. Tiffany asks, any messages from my dad that passed away unexpectedly?
So, honey, your dad has been trying to get your attention. He tells me I've been coming into her dreams. I've been making noise. I've been trying to get her attention to let her know I'm here. I need you to hear that. With him specifically, it's like pay attention to what's happening in your environment, because he has been like crazily trying to make a lot of noise, and I'm hearing him knocking, I'm hearing him moving things, trying to get your attention, but you're just not necessarily feeling it. And I know that it feels like, well, if he's around, how come I can't? But you can. So you just have to quiet yourself and just say to him, okay, do this thing. So, you know, you can say, make my phone ring, or turn the TV off, or turn the light on, and they can do that. And the more energy that you put into him exposing his energy to you, the easier it will be for him to do so. Okay. What I get from him is, you know, I'm here with you because you need me, and because I want to help you find your happiness and joy again. Okay. And it's really important that you don't feel this sadness anymore. That's his main message with you, honey, is that he doesn't want you to be sad. You know, you have to enjoy your life, and he's going to still be around, and he's going to let you know. He's going to keep trying is what I hear from him. He's going to keep trying, and he's really loud about it. Okay.
All right.
It's not your imagination. I think that's what I need to tell you.
All right. Our next question is from our top second gifter, Gianella, who asks, career reading, please. How will it go with moving? Will me and my boyfriend reach success?
Yeah, it looks to me like whatever you're doing now, honey, it's got to shift. And it feels like within the next 2 years, you're going to actually be doing either your own business, or like you're in charge of you. So you're going to be working for yourself is what I'm hearing. Okay. And this move is like the starting of all of these things that are putting you in the right alignment. Okay. So this is just the starting. And I do see you being very successful. It feels like about 2 years from now is where you're going to have that immense success that you've been trying to pull for. Okay. So just be ready for that and be open and receptive. It feels like you need to be working for yourself though, honey. So if you're not already doing so, that's what you need to be doing. You can't be doing you make so much money for everybody else, and you need to be doing it for yourself. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right.
Here we go. Boo Peach 15 asks, my grandpa said through a dream that everything was going to be all right in June. What did he mean?
So whenever our family visits us that way, honey, it is a message from them. And what I'm hearing with you is you're going to find that things are going to start improving in the summer for you. So starting in June, things are starting to move in the right direction, and you're going to have less struggle is what I'm hearing. So you're going to have less pushback because you're moving in the alignment. And I do feel like you have a few family members that are helping you to reach that peak, to reach that success. So just know that you're not trying to do this by yourself. Okay, it's super important that you know that you have this extra support around you, and it's your family that's there helping you, not just your grandfather. There's other people as well. So a lot of change is coming for you. It's kind of starting around June is what I'm hearing, and then it's getting so much better for you, honey. Okay, so just be ready for that. It's time for change, really. All right.
All right. Yashvina, who has sent us lots and lots of gifts.
Thank you, honey.
Asks, what is happening in my love life with W, please?
So it feels like you guys are on different pages right now, and it feels to me like there's kind of like they show me the energy drifting. So that means that, well, it really feels like you've done a lot of growth and change, and they haven't. So they're kind of stuck in the way that they were before. It does feel like you're shifting into a new alignment with your life, and they may not come along. It really depends. You're going to be the determining factor. You have had them there, but it almost feels like an anchor, so they're holding you back is the energy that I'm feeling. Okay, honey? So you really got to think about what it is that you want for your future, and is this person still is in alignment, because it feels like they're falling out of alignment with you. Okay, so it's really important that you dig deep and make sure that this is the person that you can work with in your future, especially with these things that you're trying to create for yourself. Okay. Okay.
All right. This next question is from Gilda, who asks, any messages from my dad? Am I going to be in a relationship this year?
Unfortunately, I hear it's going to be next year for your relationship, honey, but you have some energy to clear. So that's part of the reason why. Now, you can ask your dad to help you with that. So he will help you find the right vibrational match. You're not ready yet, though. You still have fear in your heart around commitment, not commitment in yourself, but finding the wrong person. So we've got to focus the energy on finding the right person. So you just got to work on some of this trauma energy that I still feel within you, okay? And once you clear that out, and you can change the timeline, so it doesn't have to be next year, it can be sooner, but you have to do the work on yourself to get to that point. Okay, so it's super important that we work on that energy. And it's just, meditation will help a lot, going in and really evaluating the relationships that you've had recently that have been difficult for you and that have been repeats, right? So it's like, if you look at some of the patterns, it's been the same. So why are we attracting that? And what is it that I need to work on within myself to help me not attract that in the next relationship? So I do hear it's happening for you though next year, not this year, okay?
All right, next question. Our next question is from Big Daddy Soprano, who asks, any message from my son?
Definitely. So Jokester definitely moves things around in your space, honey, so you've got to pay attention to that, okay? Things break a lot is what he says. So he claims that a little bit, not on purpose though. I'm going to say he doesn't break things on purpose, but they do seem to be breaking often, and that is him doing that. I'm going to be around is what I hear. I'm going to be around for everything. I'm still here. It feels like it was kind of a crazy time, or something was crazy about his crossing over, and he just wants to let you know that I'm good, I'm okay, I'm in a good place, so don't worry about that. But I'm around you a lot, so I do feel like he's got that silly energy, and he's full of this like I don't know how to describe it, but it's almost like this electricity, and he tends to, like, if he touches the light will pop, or he touches the TV and the TV will have issues, that kind of thing. So he's full of this extra energy and just very alive in the space. Okay, so pay attention. All right.
All right. We also have about less than 15 minutes left.
Perfect. Oh, fast.
All right. Nathalie asks, will I have another baby, or am I done?
No, you are going to have one more, I'm hearing. So it is going to happen. Be ready. It feels like not this year. It feels like next year, but it is going to happen, okay? All right.
All right.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Let's see here. Sorry. All right. Jamie asks, is there a message for me from someone who's passed?
So with you, Janie, I feel like there is a young woman with you. It feels like they've been gone for a while. So it's not a recent crossing. She feels like she's in her early 20s. I see her with like long, straight blonde hair. I don't know. I can't hear the name. It might be with I see an A, that's what I'm seeing, but she's got like long blonde hair, very soft spoken, and very gentle energy, and it feels to me like she's been around you for a very long time. So you might have picked her up when you were younger. I don't know, it feels like she's been with you for a long time, and she feels very supportive of you, honey, and it feels like she's been helping you a lot with your relationships. So whatever's been going on with your relationships, it's like she's been stepping in and trying to help and guide you there, okay? This feels like somebody you picked up a long time ago. I feel like it might not be a family member. It might just be somebody who has been with you for so long that they just feel so close to you now. Okay, and I don't know if her name is, it's like Annabelle or Anna or something like that. Like it's definitely an A sounding name. All right.
Our next question is from Isabella, who asks, will I get a stable job soon? If so, would it be with horses and or as a veterinarian?
So I'm being pulled to tell you to go towards veterinarian, honey. So if you don't already have the education or the fully certified paperwork on that, start on it, because that's really your calling, is what I'm hearing. Okay, you'll be very happy in that career path, and it is what you're supposed to be doing. You work well with animals. Yeah. All right.
All right. Our next question is from Lynn's8220, who is a new gifter.
Oh, thank you, honey.
Oh, and who just sent the perfume thing there.
Oh, thank you.
And she asks, does my mom have any messages for me, and what do you see for my career?
So with your mom, honey, your mom is very, how do I put the energy is, it's like, I watch you, but I'm not intrusive, so I'm not going to get in the way of things. However, she does want to see some changes in your life. And that being said, it's really up to you whether you decide you want to change things. But she feels that there are some people in your energy that don't deserve to be there. Best way to describe it, okay? Up to you how you want to deal with that. But that is what I get from her. It's like, I don't want to see you in that situation. What was the other part of her question?
I don't have it now.
Shoot. I think it was career, right?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay. And when it comes to your career, I don't know what you're doing now, but it looks like things are changing within the next 7 months for you. So you're going to be moving into a different type of career. It feels like you need to be helping people. So if you're not helping people, that isn't what you're supposed to be doing, okay? It's time to shift into more, I'm feeling more drawn towards like, it's like counseling, but not counseling. I don't know how else to describe it, but that's how it feels. It's like going into some kind of helping modality. Okay, honey, that's going to make you happy. And that's the shift. And I'm hearing it's about 7 months from now that that's going to happen. So you're kind of where you are right now. And that's where you're staying for now. Thank you for the gifts, you guys.
All right. Our next question is from Dan, who asks, Dan here, should I change careers?
So I'm hearing not yet, honey, but I do see that there is going to be a shift. It's feeling about 8 months from now, okay? And it's going to take a little setting up is what I hear. So I don't know what they mean by that, but maybe it's that you have to get there slowly. So you got to move in that direction slowly, not just like, I'm done, I'm not working at this job anymore, and then just try to do it from scratch without having something built first, okay? So they're showing me you building it up first, okay? So give it a bit of time. But yes, you will shift. All right.
Our next question is from Kat, who asks, do you see my mom around me, and will I be in a relationship with Andrew? Thank you.
So I definitely feel like you and Andrew have some chemistry. You guys have something to give each other. Energetically, there's a connection, okay? So I do see that happening. It's just taking a little longer than it should be. That's what I'm hearing. With your mom, I do feel like she comes in and out, but it doesn't feel like she's predominantly with you. So I feel like there must be other people in the family that she's around, or other people that she's with, and it feels like she kind of comes in when you're talking to her, when you're thinking about her, but she's not there all the time, okay? So really important that when you get that sense that somebody's there, you check in and make sure that it's her, because I do feel like sometimes you have other people that come and visit you as well, but your mom she's just not there all the time for you, because you don't need her the same way as these other family members do, okay? So just be aware of that. She's very supportive of you though, honey. Yep.
Right. Our next question is from Lori, who says, first time here. Is there a message from any of my loved ones that have already passed?
Hi, first time here. Nice to meet you, honey. So the sense that I get is that you have 3 individuals that visit with you. One is a young boy. So this one feels like very young. So I don't know if you guys have had a family loss of a child, but it feels like this is a very young individual in your life, okay? And it could be a miscarriage too as well, and sometimes they grow. I feel like around 8 years old. I do get the name Daniel, so I don't know if that's significant or not, but this energy's kind of pops in and out quite a lot, and there's a lot of like, I hear running down the hall, I hear a lot of kid noise. It's the best way to describe it, okay? So just know that your space is pretty active. You activate space, so that means that no matter where you go, there's always going to be activity. There's also an elderly woman with you, and I feel like it's a grandmother energy, and I feel like it's like these are family members that are in this space, but they're not intruding. They're just kind of there observing you, I guess is the best way to put it. With the grandmother energy, it's like I come in when you're in need, and she's very family focused with you. So it's really about she shows me hugging you and being around you. I don't know if you knew her, so she might have crossed over before you were born. I guess I get that sense that it's almost like I'm here helping you, and like a lot of hugging. I don't know why she keeps showing me that, but a lot of comfort from her, okay? So those are the 2 main ones that I'm seeing, and you do have a third one. The third one is this male energy, but not as intense as the other 2. Okay.
All right. Our next question is from Lena Marie, who is our #1 gifter at the
thank
moment.
you, honey.
And she asks, any message for me that I need to know?
Honey, it's time to enjoy your life and get less serious about things. Is the message that I keep getting. So with you, try. I don't know if you are one that is going to be open to meditation, but you need to get your mind clear, because you spend a lot of time thinking about the future and thinking about, you're never in your now, I guess is the best way to put it. And so you're constantly running. It's like a little rat race in your brain where it just doesn't shut up. Sorry. But the brain just does not stop, right? And so I want you to learn to just quiet your mind and just be in your now, honey. It's super important that you get that energy that's been pulling you out of your head, because it stops you from moving forward in things that you want to do. Okay, journaling helps a lot. So if you are an overthinker like you are, or you have stuff going on like you do, writing things out will help clear it out of your brain. Okay, and what I'm seeing for you is like, this is a big year for you to really gain control over your thought process. So it's really important that you do that. All right.
All right, this will probably be our last question. If you want
wow.
to go over everything again.
So fast. All right, so if you do want to book a session with me, you can do so through my website, www.rebeccadragonheart.com. If you're interested in purchasing my children's book that I am selling right now, you can find that on my website as well, under the little light as Soul's Journey. You can find me on YouTube and on Instagram. And if you don't get your questions answered here, you can join my members live, which is on the last day of the month at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every month, and you're guaranteed to have your questions answered there. Okay, so if you do subscribe there, it's a monthly subscription. You can cancel at any time with no penalties and all of that stuff. So all right, last question.
Our last question of the day is from Lindsay, who asks, does my grandfather hear me talking to him, and is he guiding me?
Definitely. I hear, Lindsay, that he visits you quite often in your dreams. Okay, he's showing me a dog, so there's a dog with him, and he's very proud of you. That's the #1 thing that I get. And he's more fatherly than he is grandfatherly. So it feels like he was more of a father figure, or at least somebody you looked up to that way. He definitely hears you and he responds. Okay, so I do hear him responding back to you. There are songs that he uses to respond. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to the music, because the music's going to help you a lot, and it's his way of answering you. So he's definitely a big part of your life, and super proud of you, honey, and definitely very fatherly. So he's very much around still. All right. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me today. I will be back on again, so don't worry. But if you do want to join my members live, you can do so through my website. Okay, so www.rebeccadragonheart.com. See you next time, guys.